Good morning, everyone. It's 7 a.m. I just woke up from my nap after I ended my shift at 5 o'clock. So I had a 2-hour nap. And I'm waking up because it's Father's Day weekend. And I wanted to take this time to record what our special video is going to be for today. Yeah. Since we're celebrating Father's Day, I actually want to spend a little time to honor 3 men who I feel are very good fathers, and I have had the privilege of observing them closely in my life. Of course, sino pa ba naman ito kundi yung father-in-law ko, my own dad, and of course, my husband. So, stay tuned in the video and see what lessons I learned from these good fathers. Let's kick things off with my Papa Dudes. Papa Liddell or Papa Dudes is my father-in-law. He is the dad of my husband, Mark. He sadly passed away a few years back. He joined our maker in 2018. And while I didn't spend as much time with him as the other men that I'll be honoring in this video, he has always been a very gentle spirit that I could never ever forget. I remember when we were about to move from our condo in Makati to our house in Parañaque. Mark was at work. I was at home. And I wasn't feeling too well. I think I was pregnant with Robin at that time. And he knocked on the door and asked if I wanted to eat anything because he bought merienda, etc. And since I wasn't really feeling very well, I just said, I'm fine, I'm okay, they can go ahead, I just like to rest. I thought that was it, that would have been the extent of kindness anyone would show anyone. You've already done your part, you've already offered, right? But my father-in-law is the kind of person who goes out of his way to make me a sandwich and deliver it to my room, and still ask me to eat, because he knew I hadn't eaten and he wanted to make sure that I was okay. Papa taught me that there is always room for generosity. It is not how much you have, but how much you are willing to share. And that there is joy that is unique in giving the best of you wherever you are. Next on the list is, of course, my very own daddy, Doc Alfred Adrian Lopez. Growing up, my dad has always had 2 hats. He has always been both doctor and pastor. And I have had the unique privilege to be one of the 3 people who can legitimately call him daddy. Despite, having probably hundreds of other people call him Papa Doc, Tatay Doc, Pastor Doc, Daddy Alan, because he is really such a father figure to a whole lot of people, not just to me and my siblings. My dad loves to bike. He loves animals. There's one point where we have too many animals at home, but he really does love animals. And he also loves food. In 2011, when I told him that I was pregnant, and at that time he didn't even know that I had a boyfriend, and growing up in a Christian community, I know that couldn't have been easy, but I never felt more loved after that. I knew he could have responded in anger, or focused on the things that I had done wrong, but he chose to love me and forgive me. What's more to say? Dad taught me two great lessons. One, you can always choose to respond in love. And two, there is peace in forgiveness, and you really forgive, not just for the other person, but really for yourself, so that you can share the love of God to others. Last but not the least is, of course, my husband, Mark. It would be weird of me to talk about him as a father, so I decided to interview a couple of cuties to talk about him as a dad. Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions about Daddy, then you're gonna answer them, okay? Right. What something that Daddy does that's really funny, ate?
When he jokes about something that doesn't make sense. Like, he actually has a lot of things he said, but the only thing I remember is don't have too much salt because it's a scene.
How about you, Bob?
Like when I like talking too much at dinner or lunch, only at dinner and lunch. Sometimes he says a joke. What happens if you eat?
It's because you don't eat a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
And you keep on talking instead of eating. What's a lesson that Daddy taught you that you will never forget? Ate.
When I was 7, I
Mhm.
didn't want to sleep on my bed because I was scared. And Daddy said that if I keep on thinking of negative thoughts in my head, I won't be happy when I'm growing up because all I'm thinking is bad thoughts in my head. So I should think of positive stuff because I'm still little, and if I keep on thinking about those bad thoughts, when I grow up, I'll be sad.
How about you, Bobbin? What's something Daddy taught you that you won't ever forget?
Instead of having like a heartbreaking story, it's just about shutting the door too loud.
You mean when I'm sleeping, you shouldn't shut the door too loud? Alright, that's very thoughtful.
It's not a heartbroken story.
What does he do that makes you feel like he loves and protects you?
Gives us food.
He gives you food. What else?
TV.
What?
Watches TV to make us happy.
He watches TV with you? Alright. What would you like to tell Daddy since it's Father's Day?
That we love him so much.
How about you, Bobbin?
Sometimes I steal his scrunchies.
Sometimes you
Oh,
steal his scrunchies
you
because
meant this?
his hair is long too.
You meant this, Robin?
Yes, I steal them.
You think Daddy is a good daddy?
Yeah.
From a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Daddy?
9. You know why?
Why?
There's 1 minus because he teaches us nonsense.
Yes.
Nonsense humor.
Also,
Bye.
I love you, Daddy.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Mark has taught me that one of the purest forms of love is service. Doing your best for the people that you love, making sure they're safe, making sure they're comfortable. That is a true expression of your heart. Even when words fail, actions do not. that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a very happy Father's Day weekend. And happy Father's Day once again to all of the daddies out there. See you in the next one.